Day 19. I am concerned about the crew. After all, Ecco the Dolphin is not just a game, it is an adventure. The graphics are surreal. They don't want to go into the sea anymore. 27 levels of danger, mystery, and beauty, all through the eyes of a dolphin. Simply brilliant. Thank goodness, my trusty skipper Pierre has no interest in this new game.
Oh my
They
gosh.
actually pulled a Jacques Cousteau for that.
I don't think it was him. I think it was some other fake one thing.
Absolutely not. That's the real deal.
All right, we'll talk about it. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Play Retro. This is Play Retro. We talk about old video games here. And my name is Scott Johnson. I'm one of your hosts, and I sure do love me some dolphins. They're all slippery and stuff. Way cooler than killer whales. And best of all, they make my Genesis seem cooler than it is. Stay on my screen and stay out of my tuna can.
Oh, now I'm sad. And I'm your other host, Brian Dunaway. And with my smooth, wet skin and giant blowhole, I shall explore the watery depths of my despair after the loss of my pod family, who were sucked into the sky by alien forces after my very impressive leap. Did you see it? When I leaped in the air, it was awesome. Oh. Yeah, Scott, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs and then make a video game. All right?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good advice. I won't do
LSD.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't for me.
It ain't for me. Yeah, I like that.
Right.
Why didn't that ever happen on a PSA?
I don't know. That should have been the thing. Don't do drugs. Forget that.
I like a good
rhyme
poke.
Something else.
I like a good poke, but don't do coke.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Very
See?
good.
We know how we're better marketers than the entirety of our childhood marketing team. Anyway, we're going to talk all about that in a minute. We're also going to argue this Jacques Cousteau business because
Jacques Cousteau.
That was not him, man. That was another.
It's totally
man.
him.
That
was totally Jacques Cousteau's.
It was. If it was him, I'll eat a dolphin. I'll eat a whole dolphin.
See, I can't lose because I keep calling him different names, and it could be any one of those names.
G-Quest, Kugler.
He is absolutely a he works in Vegas on the weekends.
Wow.
Jacques Cousteau, yeah.
Well, now that he's done with his big Sega contract, he can go on to other things.
You would think they would make it so you could actually understand him, though, because I didn't really understand a lot of what he said. Something about going back in the water because it's too real, and he was talking about seeing through the eyes of the dolphin. I'm like, you don't see through the eyes of the dolphin. You
never do
through the CRT, maybe.
You see the side-scrolling eyes of yourself watching a dolphin. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get into it. Echo is the big topic today. We'll get down to that in a minute.
Echo,
but before we do,
the dolphin.
I played a retro game. 20 years on now. This game, let's see. 21 years old this year. Wow. I played this old game, and I played a ton of it this week. And that game, that retro game, is called World of Warcraft.
The WoW?
Yeah. I played that.
Are you playing the new stuff, or did you just go back and play the old
stuff? I'm not a classic guy. As much as I love retro content, I don't understand the desire to play old MMO content. I don't get it. The whole point,
it's MM old, right?
It's MM old, yeah. The old means something else. But I like the idea of a thing that lives on and grows and builds upon itself, even when they screw up or it's not as good for one expansion or something like that. I prefer the living, breathing, growing thing. That's the point of a MMO, in my opinion. So to go back, I'm not going to besmirch anybody's freaking nostalgia for 2004 and 2005 and vanilla WoW. I really am not. I want them to have what they want. And guess what? Good news. Classic exists for you. You have it. You literally can go play the thing that you missed playing. But I think that old WoW is old. And I've already seen it. I did it all. I played it all. And I don't have any compulsion to go back there and do that. So I'm not a classic player. I like classic players are fine. You guys exist. I acknowledge you. I just can't be with you. That's all.
I like the classic because I've always I'm sorry, Blizzard and WoW and other people who love it. I always hated the business model of paying once a month and having gradual content leaked into my veins to where I felt like if I didn't play it X number of hours, I was losing out.
But that's how it was then.
I know, but when it's classic, it doesn't change.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they're not bleeding me.
Well,
I'm just remembering.
Actually, it's not true because all they've done so far. You still have to pay it comes with your regular prescription.
I see you just said it. You just said it's a drug.
Yeah, if you get your drugs, wherever you get your drugs, get them while you can. No, that subscription for WoW covers both things all in one. You're not paying extra for it. That is nice. But the thing.
That's what I like.
This is what they keep doing. It isn't just go play vanilla and repeat. It's they released the first expansion, then they released Wrath of the Lich King. Now this year is, or maybe it's already happened because I don't pay attention to the classic stuff, but I think they're already playing the Dragon one.
Relive the experience.
My
right?
brain, I can't think of the name of the damn expansion.
The Dragon thing. You heard me.
What's wrong with
talking about the new one?
We've talked about this all the time. How at 4:00 in the afternoon, I lose half of my brain cells are gone.
We're spent by the 4. We should be doing this like first thing in the morning, like at 6 a.m. As soon as I get up, I should walk in here and be drinking my coffee and go, "Oh, morning, Scott. How you doing?"
Oh, the problem is that's 8, and then would run into TMS for me.
Who cares about TMS? But it'd be the opposite actually, because if I'm up at 6, you get up later, so you actually be up at 4.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Wait, no, you get up at. Oh no, you're right.
Yeah.
If you're up at 6, it's 4 a.m. for me. You're right.
Yeah. See, what time is it now? See, it's past. See.
Oh my gosh,
you've lost it.
It's 6:30 where you are right now, right?
That is pretty close. Yeah.
4:28 here where I live.
Close enough for time zone.
Yeah. So here's an actual clock.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I don't like thinking about that.
How does time work?
Explain it. Anyway, that's what I got up to. Very busy, brand new expansion, so there's a lot going on with that. What did you get up to this week? What are you doing?
So I finally got a chance to open up what Prog's 1200 sent me. It is this, because I've been talking a lot of smack about this video game I'm wanting to make for 8-bit computer systems, specifically for my Commodore 64 when I got the Commodore 64 Ultimate this past Christmas. And he sent me this animation station because I'm going to need to make some graphics. So I'm going to find out if I can actually make graphics on my Commodore 64 with this animation station using some software called Design Lab. And we're gonna see, but this is the real deal, Scott. It's got a grid. Okay, first of all, it's got one of those old Atari style 9-pin plugs where you plug it into it, right?
Yeah,
because that's what you do with your Commodore 64. And then it has this cool stylus. Look at that, Scott. Look at that style.
Is the stylus wireless?
You can use the ball. Well, yeah, because I think it's all touch. So it's like I could actually probably draw on my finger if I had to guess. Now, the thing that I learned about this one and the other one I have another tablet that's not quite as nice as this. It doesn't have a grid. What am I?
I mean, the grid's for making sprites and stuff, right? The idea?
Yeah, I'm assuming so, right. Yeah. And so it's got a little kickstand. You can pop it up. It's got some nice, juicy little buttons here. But, you just touch it and it could do it. But I think if this works like the other one does, I'm not sure how accurate it's going to be, but I can't wait to find out. And thanks to ProgZ for sending me this, because it uses, I believe, the inputs for the paddles. So it might be kind of like drawing with an Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh, shit.
But with a stylus, but the input may be kind of like...
That sounds bad.
Well, we're going to see. I'm going to find out. I have 2 different types, and I got that one, like I said, thanks to ProgZ, and then I have one for the Atari as well, the 800, same thing. I just have different software, so I'm going to try both of them. But the other thing that I got into this week is this came in early. I wasn't planning on talking about it, but it just came in. Ooh. This is Compute's Gazette. This is the first issue, the reissue. So they started doing, they launched this thing again, Compute's Gazette. Back in the day, back here in the 80s, I used to get this all the time with Commodore 64.
This is a revive of that old magazine. Okay.
That's right. It was in Greensboro, North Carolina, where these were being where the corporate headquarters was. I don't know if that's where they printed them, but that's definitely where the corporate headquarters was, because it was only a few miles away from where my dad lived. And I've driven by it a couple of times apparently. But anyway, so they redid this, and I reordered, or I had a reprint of issue 1. I think they're like on issue 8 or something now. I'm not sure, but they've got some really good articles in here. And just like the original, the old school ones, which is the thing that you got these magazines for, typing stuff in the right in the back, right there in the back. Look at that. You got your type ins. You can type in some games and some applications. Got all those data lines in there, man. You're gonna be typing all afternoon. And then you save that to your cassette drive, and there you go. So yeah, I laid in bed last night and flipped through, and they've got just articles talking about what's going on in the scene, right? The scene, as it were. Talks about the Fuji net. They talk about some new stuff as well.
That's cool.
A little Fuji net thing. Oh, by the way, I had to show you this. Yeah, look at this. Look who's on the back.
Hey.
Hey, you remember this guy trying to sell us the VIC 20 back in the day? He
says, "Hey, I'm William Shatner.
Hey,
VIC 20 this and VIC 20 that. Hey,
hey."
yeah.
But
I have that somewhere. Can I find that file? Hold on.
I bet you do.
Let us enjoy this. As a VIC 20 moment from way back, and let's see. It's Hey Shatner. Here it is. I found it.
Shat.
Here's what he did. This is the shortest thing you'll ever hear, so this is not a big deal. But here is him when he started talking about the VIC 20.
Hey.
There you go.
Hey, are you paying attention? Hey, oh, what?
Hey.
What, Captain?
You know what? If Captain Kirk said, I'd probably pay attention.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would be all on it.
You want to hear what he sounds like now, though? Because that guy sounds like this now. Hold
Bye.
on. Where is he?
Oh, Jesus.
There you go.
Oh, Jesus. That's when he saw space,
now.
right?
I'm so sleepy
Jesus.
now. Anyway, so that's cool. I'm glad you got that. I'm so excited about that, man. So excited for what you do with it.
It's very exciting. I've seen a couple other projects going on, and I just really like that Computes Gazette. It has a special place in my sharing of my electronics love with my dad, and we kind of bonded over that. He would get the magazines first, and he would hand them off to me. He gave me the computers as he upgraded, and so it was always just something that meant something to me.
Right.
Yeah. And so it's back. It's back again.
Back, baby. Mm-hmm. I want to make a text-based adventure. That's what I want to do.
I'm down with that.
Problem is, these LLMs all do it naturally without even having to do anything. So I feel like I'm wasting my time.
You're not wasting your time. LLMs are no good at connecting with humans. All right, they're just not. And that's one of the reasons. It's kind of a rebellion I'm going through right now with creating everything from scratch, just because I can, and nobody else is. Well, I won't say nobody else is. There is a big momentum to not do that, and so I'm like trying to swim against the current, which is what I've always done. I've always done that. I wouldn't say I'm not like a contrarian like some people say I am, but I'm more like well, if everybody's going that way, I'm not going to win by getting there, right? Because everybody's going that way. So I'm like, I'm gonna go over here.
You're gonna go the other way.
I'm gonna go do this. I'm not saying you can't do that. Go do that. Enjoy yourself.
I think that's why we get along. I do the same thing. I do the exact same thing.
Yep.
If someone says to me, "You can't make a podcast about World of Warcraft in 2006," I went,
"Let me show
watch me."
Watch me, baby.
Yeah, I don't like being told I can't do a thing. I hate it.
I'm so easy. I'm so easy to decrypt. I've been like that my entire life. I thought it was maybe just our generation, but I think it's personality, because I'm the same way. It's like,
I know plenty of Gen Xers who are terrible with this, or are the opposite of this, I should say.
Yeah.
Nobody's
laugh.
terrible.
You laugh at something I say I think I'm interested in doing. If you laugh at it, I'm like, it's on.
Yep, we're going.
I'm so easy to decrypt.
Yep.
So easy.
I don't know what that is, but it's in me as well.
Yep.
All right, well, let's get to today's big topic of the day.
Shall we play a game?
We shall indeed. Today we are talking about Ecco the Dolphin, originally 1992, Sega Genesis, Mega Drive, and in 94, Sega CD, which was a short 2 years later. I had both versions. I played the Genesis version. I played quite a bit of, but my real time was Sega CD version, because I really bought into the sales pitch that was the music in the CD version is going to blow your mind.
And it did.
It did. I mean, the graphics were about the same as the Genesis, so that was like no big whoop. But the audio in that game, it was dreamy. I wasn't used to that, because video games were, chunky, bitty sounding stuff.
Yes, the Genesis had that FM synthesizer, but it was doing all it could from all that compression, and it's really important to the game, because this game was inspired by some Pink Floyd. So that was like one of the first things that the developer did, was like, go, okay, I'm going to give you a vibe, right? I'm going to let you see and hear what I think is going to be the vibe of it, and they add it. And they did it.
Yeah, they did it, and I think they nailed it. And even in the Genesis version, I'm not besmirching. I keep saying besmirch. That's my word of the day, I guess.
That's your new word for the day?
I'll use something else. I am not making fun of anyone else's love of the original soundtrack on the Genesis. It's impressive in its own right. But the CD quality sound, which was to us a new territory for games, just blew my mind. I was like, what?
I still am blown away. if you take out a CD and you have a CD player, if you're fortunate enough to still have one of those around, go listen to like your usual streaming services, like your Spotify's or YouTube's or any of the standard streaming service, not the really high quality ones where there's like specialty streaming services or whatever, but just your usual run of the mill experience with streaming, and then put on a CD of that same song, and you're like, oh my God, the fidelity. Just like there's no freaking comparison. It's just so delicious.
It's really, really good. I want to give you a quick example here. I'm just going to play a little audio here. Let's see if I can get this to work. Here we go.
Yeah.
Skip around. Now you might hear this now and just go, well, yeah, it's ethereal, whatever, and we have tons of that today. I'm telling you,
vaporwave?
Back in 1992, we didn't have that shit.
Nope.
This was like, in games anyway, we didn't.
No.
Listen to this stuff. It's just...
it was a full sound bed. I mean, it was just like...
Yeah.
It was ever present. It was immersive. And it's right in line with how the creator here, our Ed Annunziata.
For a second, I thought you were going to say Ed Boon, but I'm glad you didn't say Ed Boon.
No. Annunziata is something like that. But anyway, he described in interviews that part of this was inspired by things he had seen, documentaries, Jack Stowe kind of stuff he had seen with dolphins. But some of the more abstract things was based on dreams or thinking and some LSD trips. So, and he probably was tripping balls listening to some Pink Floyd, and was like, thinking about all these kind of things. And, it permeates here. And vaporwave, which is a new word I learned yesterday for some of our community members. I think Discordia Dog is who introduced me to that. And we kind of took a little journey on what vaporwave was. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. But yeah. That's apparently a thing.
I'm into it.
It's the hotness.
Yeah, I'm into it. I listen to it a lot, and it turns out I just didn't know that's what it was called, but I listened to a lot of modern examples of this, and I think some of this was born out of these freaking Ecco games.
Oh, yes.
It's really weird to me that happened, because normally I don't look back at much 16-bit era stuff and go, that soundtrack, man, that was the thing or whatever. I mean, that's not entirely true. There are plenty of great soundtracks of that era. But this thing to me was like, there were two CD games that kind of made me kind of fundamentally chemically changed my perception of games.
Like LSD?
Like LSD. This one did it. The music, the atmosphere, the sounds, the splashes, all that stuff was just insane. All your and just the general vibe of it. And then the other one was the Sega CD version of NHL 94. Which, for whatever reason, adding real crowd noise and like the sound of people slamming against walls and pucks getting knocked way out of the place. It didn't matter that the graphics didn't really change, but I was in a whole new place playing that game. It changed my whole attitude about what sports games could do to you, besides just be competitive or mechanically fun. They could also be, immersive in that way. And so, I don't know, but for whatever reason, like Sega CD, look at it however you want to. You may go back, you may think back and go, what a drop in the bucket. They didn't really capitalize on it, blah, 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 whatever. I look at it as kind of transformative for me. And I guess that's because audio is an important thing for me, and it always has been, but really spoke to me. So Ecco is in that department, man.
And they were doing, this game was doing everything that everybody else wasn't doing. Not another platformer. No, instead it was environmental exploration using what we usually hate in most of the platformers. It's like, hey, you got a platformer, we're going to throw you a water level. It's still right to left, but you can have a little water level going on. But here, wholeheartedly, just all of this full range of motion.
And speed.
You're not running into crap, and the speed, able to bolt. Right, that's how you do things in Ecco. You got your echolocation. You got 3 buttons. You got 3 things you can do. You got your echolocation so that you can communicate, and also unlock things like those glyphs that the Atlanteans left. Thank you for that. And also for like a little mini map almost. Well, it's a full map because once you do a little echolocation, you get a little map.
You build
of
a
your
map
area. Yeah, you build a map as you explore. So. Yeah, and then you got your, but then you have your speed where you just can kind of swim a little faster, especially when you're trying to do those jumps out of the water. And then you have that bolt, that dash. What is it called? It's a dash. Anyway, you dash into the enemies like sharks, and then you also dash
and obstacles
into
and stuff like walls,
obstacles,
and
the glyphs, and sometimes you lift up rocks with stuff like that. And then also, did I mention the little baby fish you eat?
Oh yeah,
which is they just disappear. They just disappear. It just goes right into your health bar. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
You're a dolphin. You got to eat.
Brian,
a dolphin's got to eat.
It's the circle of life, man. It's the circle of life. We can't do anything about it. It's the way of things.
Right.
Dolphin eat fish. All right.
But I will tell you this. This game does not tell you nothing. This game wants you to. This game says, "Hey, you know what you are? You're a dolphin, and your pod family is pod fated up into the sky.
Yeah.
And figure it out, because you're gonna have to swim around and touch and explore everything, yell at everything, and try to figure out what exactly it is this game wants you to do, because the developer wanted you to feel helpless, like a dolphin.
It
would.
worked, by the way.
And it did.
Yeah.
And it also pissed me off, because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. This is a perfect example of that era's desire to not hold your hand at all, to let you discover what you needed to do. So beating this game was extra special because you did it without, unless you were cheating, I suppose. You may have gotten a guide.
You couldn't cheat in 94. There was no save states. There was a password system.
No, but you could go on Usenet and find like guides that would walk you through everything.
In 94?
Oh, hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, look at you.
I was using Usenet back when nobody even knew what the hell it was.
Oh, I didn't look. I was using Usenet by the way.
So yeah, I was going to say, you're a bigger nerd than me. What are you talking about?
But still, come on.
Yeah.
Trying to find it, and then the beeps and the bops and the boops.
Also, F these octopuses. Octopi.
Yes, this is something that people really get mad about, because you have to you're playing the game and you get in this kind of mode of darting around places, right? You get in this good flow, and then all of a sudden you got to take it down a notch. You're like in the mall parking lot. You got to go to get past these guys, and boy,
and did we mention you got to worry about your breathing? Look at this here. Here's here. Watch this. He's got to go.
I don't think we did mention it.
Oh, I gotta get here.
He's a mammal, not a fish.
I died a lot.
That should have been my theme song for this, because I died a lot too.
And I beat the Sega CD version.
I died a lot.
I don't remember shit.
No, because in some ways it's kind of repetitive. Like there's a lot of parts where you have to backtrack and rescue. Like you're doing a little escort quest here. You're trying to get this dolphin. Oh, they went by really fast.
Yeah.
That's way faster
get on the
than
top.
I
You can
by.
get over on the top pretty easy. It's the side you got to be careful about.
Yeah, got to watch the sides.
This game, I'm going to make the argument this game is a Metroidvania. And I know a lot of people think like that's an insane thing to say, but I actually think it's dead on.
I think they compare it to Zelda lots of times, but I definitely feel that you may not get information. You'll go from one area to another, and you may not get the information you need until you get to a certain place to the right, and you have to go all the way back to the left. So it's got some Vania in it.
Yeah. What if they called it? What if Metroid never happened?
Dolphin.
They'd have to call it an Echovania.
Echovania.
Or a Metroid Echo.
Echo is spelt with two C's and not H-O, like you would. Not like Echo, right?
Yeah. No,
it's spelled E-C-C-O.
Yeah, that's echolocation or echo. Also, I think it can be short for like ecological, maybe?
Ecological. There was some meanings, and it was like some foreign words. I looked a bunch of stuff up. I've forgotten more this week than I know about most games, because this thing has got... There's so much. We haven't even talked about the aliens yet. I mean, we just got to breathing about 2 minutes ago. We haven't even talked about the vortex or the time travel, the vortex who show up at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, there's a story here, folks.
Yeah, that punish you for jumping too high, I suppose. I guess that you were jumping too high. So this H.R. Geiger space alien dolphin thing is Queen Lady is wrecking your world by stealing just parts of pod parts. And by the end, you have to get in a time traveling, space faring Atlantine ship and go punch her in the jaw a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Brian Ibbett was all like, oh yeah, I loved Ecco the Dolphin. And I'm like, oh, what'd you think about the aliens? And he's like, I didn't make it that far.
Yeah, it must not have. Here she is, by the way.
Which is fine because they don't really start getting, like, they introduce the ideas and it's really creepy. I heard from a lot of people this week that this game scared the bejesus out of them as a kid because I'm a giant alien lady. And so, yeah, it scared the bejesus out of kids because it's creepy. It's got this, this vibe. And you're just like, you feel like you're very vulnerable, which is really a testament to what they tried to accomplish. And they did it. And but you don't find out about you don't really get involved with the true alien stuff until like, they don't call them, are they levels? I think they call them levels. They level like level 26 or something, level 25 or something.
Yeah.
Which is way late because there's only like 27 levels or something.
Yeah, it's something like, it's not really, it's not traditional. Like
they call them levels, I think, in the commercial. I think that's how they refer to them. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's got 27 levels or.
Yeah.
What did we used to call it though when we were stupid? Oh, I know.
Yeah.
We would call it
areas,
boards.
Boards.
I would say, did you clear that fourth board? Did you get to the fifth board?
But that's what you used to do because you used to have single screen games and you would clear a board. So it was taking that from, that makes sense though.
But I even said it with like Mario, the first side-scrolling Super Mario Brothers. I was like, well, I cleared board 1.
Dude, I mean, that was really, you don't think about it now, but that was a big deal. I mean, everybody was rushing trying to figure out how Nintendo did that side-scrolling stuff so smoothly that it didn't feel like boards. He was running. You didn't have screen and then a screen load and another screen load. That was a big deal. So yeah, calling it a board at that time absolutely makes sense.
Yeah. I think the game, here's what I would say. They're doing a new Ecco the Dolphin game.
You know when it's coming out?
I think we have dates, right?
Yeah, we do. I think it's April the 22nd. There's a Ecco the Dolphin website that's got a countdown on it. So I think on that date though, I think they're just releasing remasters of the two main games, the Sega Saturn.
Not Ecco Junior, by the way. That is
no. I think they're releasing the Sega CD versions of Ecco the Dolphin and the Tides of Time, I think. And it's going to be on all your platforms, I believe, like PlayStation 5, the Switch 2 and all that.
I think they got some sound on the site. Let's see what it is. Whoops.
They do. It's very much the vaporwave kind of stuff.
Ooh, I like it. Mm-hmm. Look at the graphics. Look at these graphics. Yeah, it's even kind of creepy and...
Yeah, I just love it. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what Ecco the Dolphin's supposed to be, right? Dude. It's supposed to freak out.
Yeah.
Freaking out, man.
Okay, but here's what my understanding is they're going to remaster the originals or at least up-res them or something. I don't know what.
Yeah.
But then they want to do a whole new Ecco game.
Correct.
That thing will probably have modern conveniences like possibly a Metroidvania-style map so you know where you've been and where you're going. Maybe even quest markers, maybe even dialogue stuff or some sort of way of tracking your quests. I'm all in on that because the game does suffer from the era of no hand-holding too much that direction. You got to come to the middle a little bit, Yeah,
you definitely get punished. And part of it, I've heard some reviews of it that really leaned into the belief that they made it really hard almost primarily and exclusively because of the rental market at the time, which was, it was a concern. We were certainly like, we played The Lion King on here before. And one of the things that they explicitly said there was they made it areas difficult so that you couldn't finish it in a weekend. And they attribute that here too as well. But most of the interviews I've seen, that's kind of like just like a passing kind of thought. Maybe like they were like, yeah, we're going to do that so that the publishers and they'll get off our back about it. But it felt more like they just wanted you to feel hopeless and and helpless and just in this big world more than anything. And that just requires no hand holding.
Yeah, and I'm not again. I admire the effort. I admire the idea.
But save states, right, Scott?
We got to get to a place. Yeah, because I can't do this today. In the year of our Lord 2026, Scott Johnson cannot be expected to have save codes and or zero idea what you're actually doing in the game until you accidentally bump into shit. I had a lot more patience back then, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. I busted the manual out this week, and they did have save code lines on the back of the manual where you write them in. But I personally played this on my Sega Saturn. Let's see, Saturn. I keep saying Saturn. Why do I keep saying Saturn? On my Sega Genesis Mini. If you pick these up, which I think you had one, Scott, it's the ones that like 2020 or something like that, the year 2020, and you had Ecco on this one for the Genesis. And then if you had picked up the Japanese version, or they were distributing from Japan, but it was still an American version. This is actually the Japanese version, but I have an American version too.
Yeah, of course you do. Look at that. Yeah.
Whatever. And so
I want that one. I want that American little junior one.
You need the Model 2. So the Model 2 came out.
I only got the one.
Yeah, you only got the one, like most people. And then the Model 2 came out, and this has the CD versions. So instead of having the Genesis version, you had the Sega CD version. So I played that pretty exclusively. I started out on the first one, made a little ways in. I was like, all right, let's see how much better the music is than the others and the cut scenes and that sort of stuff. And it was a lot more fun. And I do recommend, if you have access to one of those, that's probably one of the better ways to play. There's collections and stuff, but yeah, but the save states was the most important part, because I'd make a little ways and I'm like, starting to feel bad, because we got like 5 health chunks or something, like 6, something like that. Anyway, got health chunks across the top.
Yeah, health chunks, and you got breath chunks.
Breath chunks, yeah. And so anytime any one of those started getting a little low, I was like, oh, time to save. And I saved my way through most of the game, because I would have murdered somebody, because they kept constantly sending. You got unlimited lives, but if you die, you got to go back.
Yeah, you have to go back.
Go back.
Yep.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of going back.
Oh, there's so much going back. I just don't know how Ecco managed not to get a nosebleed, because I was constantly bottlenosing my nose right against things.
Hell
Look
yeah,
that thing.
Were.
Look at that.
Yeah, sliding on the ice. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, he's doing the things we talked about. They don't call them power-ups, but they are power-ups. The Lantine glyphs that are all over the place, that are these big crystal-looking diamond things. They'll give you information, but they also have they'll imbue you with a song that you can then use in other ways, like maybe you're invincible, or maybe you'll unlock an area you can't get to because it won't move until you've activated the other. So that's part of your backtracking. It's like, oh yeah, I saw that stupid crystal. I need to go back there and bang it so I can come back here and get through this stupid thing.
I also thought this was magic at the time, these screens with the weird water effect. Oh
yeah, and they talked a little bit. Some of the interviews I saw, they talked about the water effect, and it's like it just had to be something that they kind of like tricked out the system and made it do some of these weird things.
Yeah, it's clearly it feels like a forced glitch of some sort. But the effect is so good. So
I love the floating dialogue. I don't like the dialogue though, because I don't think I ever read any of the hints and went, oh no. Every hint is like, what are you talking about, dude? Don't even show me this.
No, all this is obtuse to a fault. Like, if there is a beef to be had, this is my beef.
Beef.
It doesn't mean it's not worth checking out the old ones, but I kind of hope if they do these remasters, people want true to original kind of stuff, but I wouldn't mind if they added a few things to the old ones even, and said, hey, in this new beautifully graphic up version, we're also going to have instructions that make a little bit of sense. That'd be all right.
I think you can be. I think the technology is at a place that you could find a way to make someone feel the things they were trying to get across in a limited way. I think there's more tools now in our toolbox of stuff. You don't have to be obtuse on the actual gameplay itself, like the actual moment to moment gameplay. You don't have to feel so bleh.
Yeah.
Like I feel like stuff like, what is that? What was that game called? Stray, where you kind of like
there's
a lot of cat. There's a lot of environment. You're playing as a cat, and you still get the vibe, and you get in there and you feel good about it, and you feel.
That's an amazing thing to say. That is actually. Right. I was trying to think of an equivalent modern take that will give you vibes like this. I think Stray might be the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and but they figured out, because the modern conveniences we have.
Yeah.
They figured out a way to convey that, but not but also give you some stuff that makes you not feel like, oh, jeebus,
Yeah,
am I
I
really going
agree.
to start over again?
I agree.
Stupid Vortex Queen.
I mean, if you look at let me pull this graphic up again. She is freaky, dude.
Oh, she is so wild. Definitely face first Geiger counter.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, look at that nasty
Just
forehead.
gnarly.
She kind of looks like she reminds me like looking straight on to like a piranha or something.
A little bit,
which
yeah.
is very fishy.
I could see
also,
that.
when you're fighting her,
Yeah.
those lower teeth fall right off and they grow right back.
Yeah,
It's
they
just-
do.
so I don't.
Yeah,
It's
not a
terrible.
fan. I can't remember because I didn't have time to even open 2 this week. But did 2 have? Was she still the main beef? Or
That's right. So you assume that you destroy her in the first one, but she ain't dead. It's worse. She's just kind of like she's kind of hid for a little bit. But it's the Tides of Time is the second Echo, and she's back. And you got more Vortex, which you're supposed to kind of already know that's going on. There's improved graphics. There's scenes where you're doing that straight run, so it's almost like it's like behind the dolphin view. Oh, they kind of showing it right here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so and you got like ring collecting and things, and there's a little more variety in the gameplay, especially early on. And they kind of throw you right back in where he was at before. More communication, I believe, with the Atlanteans as well, and but the soundtrack is really kicking it. I think they really at this point. I think they because at this point when they released this one, this went to the Genesis and to the Sega CD, so they kind of knew ahead of time.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one is kind of like, oh, now we got the Sega CD. Let's bring it modern. So
Yeah.
this one was released with that in mind.
So I have very little memory of the second one. I remember at the time reviews were a little cool on it. Like they felt like maybe they tried to do too many new things, or I can't remember what the complaint was, but there was something like that where
yeah,
maybe it's this stuff here.
yeah.
This weird, mini
I think
game
it holds
shit.
up. I think it holds up a little more as far as the gameplay goes. It feels a little less repetitive. I don't remember what people were saying at the time, but I thought it just jived a little bit better, in my opinion. I think if you were going to play, if you want to go play just a little bit of the first one and go, oh, okay, and then maybe play through this one, that's probably how I would do it if I was tackling it.
Yeah.
But you know me, I'm like, ooh, I want to see just how crappy this first one is. I want to feel absolute despair.
Yeah.
Just like people did back in the day.
Yeah. You want to feel the
Yeah.
pain? These games got you covered, man.
I want to share that experience.
Oh, it's a pretty game though.
Oh yeah, it looks smoother. And look at him. He's doing the Echo launching. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So that's one of the cool things about this one too. He's not doing it here. He's just doing some really cool jumps with his Echo location thing. But you also got some transformation stuff you can do. So you can be like a little flock of birds. Oh, that's right. There's the dolphins of the future because you go into the future.
Yeah, the dolphins of the future have wings. They can fly, dude.
Yeah, and they got longer little. Yeah, they can do all that stuff. They bring it along for a ride, but you can transform into different things in this one. Not a lot of things, but I know the School of Fish is one of the ones I was looking at, and the bird. There's some kind of bird you can fly as well. So
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's like visually, I think it's really impressive. I don't remember why I avoided this one. There was some reason. Maybe I'd had my fill or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, probably had your fill. I mean, 92 was, getting on down that way, right? And then 94, we're right on the cusp of really changing stuff up with the
games were about to turn over
PlayStation.
pretty hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So
He was a bird for a minute.
yeah, he transformed into a bird.
That's really weird.
Yeah, you must have. I think you went in the past in the first one, and I think you only travel forward in this one. I'm trying to remember because I'm getting some of it confused because I did have to play it in a real compressed way. I played a lot of this.
It is such a
in the
cool
last
effect. This
week.
scrolling floor thing is so neat. Look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because the Sega CD wasn't really, designed.
This is a
for
Genesis
this.
even. This is
Yeah,
even
this
the
Genesis
CD.
version. Yeah. So yeah,
It's impressive.
it is darn impressive.
Damn.
They really did some amazing stuff.
I like shit like that.
Yeah.
Curious
what
what they
was-
do with the new
Oh,
one.
but what I really did enjoy, I don't know if it made it everywhere because I didn't see this at the time, But there was a Master System released, and lots of times when I find a Master System version of a game like this, it's like, oh, they released that like in '94 or '98, like 4 years after in Brazil, because they never let go of their Master Systems, right? So they were constantly trying to optimize, Genesis games and strip them down to put them like on the Master Systems,
right.
Or they were converting over Game Gear games, which was a Game Gear version of this, and I played that.
I tried to play it. I found that one kind of hard to play.
Hard to play. I actually kind of enjoyed that it didn't seem to. It seemed a little more compressed, so I didn't feel like I was swimming around a lot and not knowing
It's definitely
what
simpler.
I was supposed to do. Yeah, simpler.
No doubt.
Talk about simpler.
Yeah.
You want to do that mention of the Echo Junior?
Let's talk about Echo Junior for a second. For some reason, I think we had a copy of Echo Junior. I don't have it anymore, so there's no way for me to figure out what the heck I was thinking there. It must have been. Let's
Probably
see.
a deal.
What year was
Probably
that one? 95, right?
You were probably like at Toys R Us or something, and it was probably in a clearance bin somewhere, and you're like, oh, I like Echo. Maybe I was Junior. Okay.
Yeah, I think that may have been it. Like something drove me to get Junior.
Right.
And it's clearly, just look at the marketing on the front screen here. It's really for kids. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's no Donkey Kong Jr. or Pac-Man Jr., right?
See, look at him. He's a little smiley guy. And my memory of this, I didn't play this at all this week, so I can't really speak to it again. But my memory of it is just everything's a little easier. You're meant to do, I don't know, this is like for a younger kid to kind of get used to what a game like this might be like. And
even this is kind of hard.
Yeah, no, it's still too hard.
I played a little bit of it, and I don't know. It's kind of like the first parts of the gameplay. I don't know if it expands after this, but I only played like the first little bit, and you're doing a little bit of Marco Polo, where you have like a set characters that you got to find, and so you send out your Echo location in different directions until you kind of the little character you're trying to find is a little icon at the top. It starts flashing. And you're like, oh, I need to head in that direction because the Echo wave came back to me. And so you're just kind of hunting. You're kind of doing a Marco Polo kind of thing until you find them.
Yeah. Which is a simpler game.
Yeah.
Overall. Yeah. But I don't remember. I just don't remember why I had it. Because I had a little girl, but she was very little. She was a year old.
Too little.
Yeah.
Maybe you bought it and was like, oh, she's going to grow into this and she's going to love Echo just like me.
By the time she was old enough to care, I think the N64 was her jam. Like,
yeah.
And she wouldn't let me play. I've said this before, I think, some shows. She wouldn't let me play Tomb Raider because on PlayStation, Tomb Raider, she would call it
scary.
The scary game with the lady in it, she would say.
It was scary. There's like parts where like dogs are chasing you and stuff.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah. She'd go, Dad, don't play the scary game with the lady in it. That's how she'd say it.
Well, don't
and that's
show her
how
Echo.
That's how I knew which one, because it was the lady in it.
Well, don't show her Echo because that thing's scary as crap.
You want to hear how weird that sounds, though? She has 2 kids of her own now.
Yeah.
And one of them's older than when she was saying, don't play the scary game with the lady in it. Time is weird, man.
Time is weird.
Anyway, so Ecco the Dolphin, Defender of the Future is where we're going to head next. And that is a strange time to be alive because they tried to bring him to a new generation.
I think we talk about this in a future show, but definitely worth a mention.
You think so? I don't know, dude.
I
don't think this one. These aren't that good. They're not.
Think that's good?
No,
right.
I think they're poop. I think.
Okay.
I'm not. I shouldn't say they're poop. That's dismissive. But they're not. These are not the classics. These are just kind of like, hey, remember Echo? Let's go 3D now and sort of figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I didn't play this at all, so I can't. I didn't even look at it because I was like, oh, I don't have time for that. I barely had time for Echo Junior, which we'll need to do like a Sega Pico episode eventually, and that might get some Echo Junior love, a little more deeper love. But Echo the Dolphin, Defender of the Future, I don't know.
I don't know.
He's got those stars in his head.
I just don't think I don't think it's worth its own episode. Is all I'm saying. I think that's
all right. Okay.
There's not enough new there because it's just like, hey, you want to move a dolphin around? You want to do it in 3D this time?
Yeah.
Echo the Dolphin in 3D, baby.
But wasn't there like a 3DS port and stuff too? So I mean, there's
there's some other stuff out there, but I mean, we can kind of mention. We're mentioning it now. It's probably all anyone needs, but I don't know. I don't want to poo-poo it. Somebody somewhere liked Echo on PS2. I was like, nope, I ain't doing this.
Every time I've said, how many episodes are we in now? 208. Every time I've said this, I'm like, well, we'll save that one for a later episode. We've never come back to any of those I've ever mentioned. But there you go.
Yeah, that'll tell you right there. I don't know why there's Russian subtitles on this video, but it's fine.
It's, yeah.
But look how it looks. Like, this is fine. I hope the new game is not this. What I want out of the new game is a loving 2.5D gorgeous retelling of a side-scrolling Echo. I don't want this like third-person Echo stuff.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
it's not the spirit of the game. It's like saying, "Hey, I'm going to make a first-person Diablo game." No, you're not.
Yeah,
don't be doing that.
How about first person? All I could see is your bottlenose in the front of you. How about
that's it?
Sure. Yeah.
Now I've changed my mind entirely now.
No.
I'll do that.
What if it's just what if it's like like some kind of bionic eye or something on him? Like, they strapped him with something. That
cool, you're slowly getting me there. I'm almost there.
He's definitely gonna. It's definitely going to be a space Echo is what it's going to be. He's going to be floating through space. I think that's a no-brainer.
And part of the problem, part of the beef I probably had with this one was that I was mad at Sega for only being a publisher now and not really truly being Sega anymore. I mean, they put this on the enemy's hardware.
yeah. How dare you?
Yeah, it just felt rude to me. But anyway, that is the thing. Defender of the Future 2000. If you want to go pick that up, you can. Dreamcast and PS2.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard from many people the PS2 version was graphically superior, but be your own judge.
I usually hear that too a lot of times with PS2. A lot of PS2 love out there. And Echo has made it to tons of systems that we didn't even mention over the years. Sega, collections and different things. I think there's isn't there like was it a Sega Dreamcast? Oh, what was it? I forget. But anyway, you could play the original Echo on the Dreamcast as well.
Yeah, they had a collection there. PSP had one.
Called?
PSP it may have been the same name as the PSP one.
Probably.
Because that was a group of games. It was like, I don't remember which one, but it was one of the what is the racing game everybody played Sega made? Something out.
Sega out.
Outrun. Jeez Louises.
No, I love it.
Outrun was on that collection, and so was a couple other things.
Oh, I think I have that one.
Yeah, I've got it somewhere too. I may even have that disc somewhere.
Interesting.
Over there, though. I don't know.
It's not over there, though, is it?
Not over there. Well, there's your look at Sega and their love of dolphins, everybody. There's some new stuff coming out, so watch for that. What did you say? April is the date?
I believe it's April 22nd. They don't give a real countdown. They give, hours.
Yeah.
So I had to do math the other day, and I'm like, oh, geez, come on, people.
Yeah. Go to EchoTheDolphin.com if you want to see this cool page.
And the countdown is right behind Scott's noggin.
It's back. Yeah, it's down here. Let me get rid of me for a minute.
How many hours does it say down there now?
Not high enough. Hold on, I can pull it up. There it is. 1,169 hours.
I'm assuming those are hours. That's what I assumed because the seconds I could look at. I'm like, yeah, that looks like seconds.
Somebody want to do the math on that? I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure I landed on April 22nd. I'm pretty sure I did.
But listen to this website. Oh, I love it. I may turn this on later and just listen to it.
Yeah. Going to bed to some Echo. Waking up to the Vortex Queen.
Hell yeah. Well, now let's wake up to this.
This is just a guess. We'll have to verify it ourselves.
It's a game called Guess My Game. We made this game up. Me and Brian did.
Yeah, we did.
Jointly.
We sat around a table and we said, we got to think of something.
Yep.
Quick.
Quick. Come up with something.
Make up a game.
He said, Guess My Game. And then everybody went, Choplifter.
I think, And somebody said, Choplifter's like, we're done. Wrap it up, fellas.
Wrap it up. Everyone go home. Thanks for your help. Cancel the pizza order. So here's what we got. We got two games that are old. We have audio from each. We have a platform in a year. That is all we tell each other, and we have to guess what it is. I'm going to start this week with mine. This is an original Xbox game.
Ooh.
OG Xbox.
Yep. Yeah.
The year is 2002.
So Tolbert says it's Chop Flipper. No. Echo Lifter? No. How about some Chop Dolphin? Echo Chop?
Dolphin. Dolph Lifter. Dolph Lundgren. There you go.
Dolph Lundgren Lifter. All right. Yeah. Okay. Give me it.
Anyway, here's your. Oh, I got to tell you the year. Or I did. 2002, original Xbox.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Xbox.
For 1,000 years, the imperial court had ruled. But the seal was broken, and its days of glory drew to a rapid close.
It sounds like the guy said, ha, ha, ha.
Ha ha ha.
Okay, you get the idea there. Brian,
And this is not Echo?
No, this is not Echo.
Okay.
Here we go. Here's your options. A, these are all games. These are all real. These are all Xbox games. Original Xbox. That's important.
Gotcha.
A, The Blob Job.
You're doing mine.
I had to say it really. Oh, I'm reading yours. Sorry. Say that one very carefully when you say it, though.
Yeah,
The
I've
Blob Job.
been rehearsing. Yeah.
Sorry, Gun Valkyrie is your first choice.
Oh, yeah, Gun Valkyrie. Okay,
Gun Valkyrie.
Yeah,
B,
gotta say that one carefully too.
B,
Yeah.
Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. Is
Okay.
the full title of that.
Right.
C, Psyops, The Midgate Conspiracy.
Oh, is that Mindgate instead?
Did I say Midgate? I meant Mindgate.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Mindgate is correct.
You're playing Mindgate games with me. I got you.
Yeah, that's how you know it's 5:13 Mountain Time. Or D, see, Otogi, colon, Myth of Demons.
Oh, is that colon spelled out, or is that like the symbol?
Symbol.
Okay.
The symbol colon. The colon. Not semicolon,
All right.
where you had half your colon removed, but the full colon.
Right. Since there's a flavor of Call of Cthulhu in Echo, right? It's got flavors of that. I'm kind of like I'm maybe primed for that, but I'm not sure. Psyops, Mindgate, Conspiracy also feels very Echo the Dolphinish. Maybe that's how you got there because you were playing some Echo and you're like, oh, remember the other weird mind thing?
If I did, it was purely subconscious because
That's fine.
did not intend
I'll
to
take
do
the
that.
subconscious.
Sure.
Okay. An Otogo Myth of Demons. I don't know what the crap that is. Why is it like Gun Valkyrie to me?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say A, Gun Valkyries.
Let's see if it's A, Gun Valkyries. What are the chat? I want to see what some of the chat picks were. They're all saying D. Well, not everybody. B. We got a B. We have no real
D's. Couple of D's.
consensus
maybe.
in there. Yeah.
All right. Very
Well, let's
good.
find out if you got it right. No, you didn't get it right.
Oh, did the chat room get it right?
Some of them did. It is D.
All right.
Otogi,
Oh, D, okay.
Myth of Demons,
Otogi.
which, by the way,
Okay.
is a From Software joint. So it's your Souls-likes dudes. Yeah.
It sounds amazing. Wherever it is, it sounds amazing. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it looked neat. I had played this once in maybe a demo unit at a store or something.
Check out this demo unit.
Yeah, and that's how I tracked it down. And then the rest of these, mostly I don't know. I know the Call of Cthulhu games that came to PC. Gun Valkyrie, I'm not sure about. Psyops, The Midgate Conspiracy, I just knew was the same year. So
Right.
no idea what that is. But these are all real games. So take that.
Oh, look at that. And I'll tell you also, speaking of demos, I think that's where I played most of my Ecco the Dolphin because it was really my real first playthrough this week with that game. I had played it before, like everybody else has played like the first couple of maybe the first level or something, but that was about it.
Yeah. Did you beat it this week, or did you just get pretty far?
I got really far with my save states. That helped tons. But I wasn't going to quite make across the finish line, so I did watch a few videos. Especially, I wanted to see when the Queen came into play and how hard. And it was, it looked like it was a pretty short little area. As long as you knew the tricks to kill her, because I'm sure I would have. I'm sure it would have taken me hours to figure. Oh, you got to do it like that, do you? Oh,
My mate Dav in the chat says, "Demo Unit was my gangster rap group in high school." Good one, dude.
Just a little bit.
You got the memo on that one. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Brian, let's do yours. Tell me a platform and a year, if you don't mind.
Oh, I don't mind at all. Look, it's the Windows, and it's 1998. So maybe you had Windows 98, or maybe you were still rocking Windows 95. Either way, this is a Windows game. And
I love 98. 98 was great.
Yeah, 98 second edition was the best, right?
Yeah, it's just it only went bad when ME came out. That was trouble.
Yeah, so look at me, all eyes on me.
Yeah.
Nope,
all eyes off me now.
All eyes.
Everyone
off me,
revert
please.
to 98 again. All right, here you go. Let's see. Oh, you didn't? Oh, no, never mind.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. This is cool. Well, that is short. All right, give me my options.
Oh, is that it? This all it plays?
Yeah, all you gave me was, let's see, how long is this total? This is a total of, stop.
Should be 45 seconds.
It is
I did send you the-
8.5 seconds.
Well, that's not right.
That's all it downloaded from the site.
Mine says 1 minute.
Really?
Yeah, you might
Let
want
me
to check
see
that.
if a download didn't complete. That's weird.
You might want to check that.
All right.
Because there's much more than that. Matter of fact, I was almost hesitant to put all that in there.
It didn't pull the whole thing.
I don't know.
Okay, hold
Maybe
on.
the AWS servers was down.
A break. But my TV didn't believe me. It wanted to burn my house down and roast me.
And roast me.
It was self-ignited. Why did it keep in such a badly ventilated place? Damn.
Oh, I just realized. Whoa, wait.
We just realized.
Some of the echo music was still going in the background.
Oh, really? That's great.
So it was like even more intense than it maybe needed to be. All right, what are my options here? What do we have?
All right, here we go. Is it going to be the one I got to say slowly? Is it the Blob Job?
Yeah, very good.
Okay.
Very good.
Is it Dope Wars? Is it Gabriel Knight Mysteries Limited Edition? Is it Tex Murphy Overseer?
Okay. I don't know what Blob Job is. I do know what Dope Wars is. It's not that.
Dope.
Gabriel Knight. I mean, it's got like vibes of Gabriel Knight stuff because it's like kind of horror sounding.
Also dope.
It's also pretty dope, yeah. But also, Dope Wars could have somebody having a, they're having a, they're seeing something that's not there or something.
Right.
Tex Murphy. Oh, I always feel like I'm saying Tex Avery there. Tex
Yeah,
Murphy
feels like it.
Overseer.
Tex Murphy
Overseer?
Overseer.
I'm going with D. I don't know what
Go
that
with
is. I just have
All
a
right.
feeling. D.
All right, gonna go with the D. So not Gabriel Knight Mysteries or Dope Wars
Nope.
or even worse.
Just the one I said, D.
Blob
Just-
Job. Okay, D. The answer is. Sorry, Scott. It is not the Tex Murphy. It is, however, the strangest edutainment game you'll ever play.
Yeah.
Called the Blob Job.
The Blob. It really is the Blob Job.
It's the Blob Job. You can't make this stuff up.
So wait a minute. This is for kids? Like a educational
It's an
software?
educational adventure video game. Yes, released by the insurance company Sampo in November 1998 for Microsoft Windows.
Sampo. I like it.
Sampo.
All
It's an
right.
educational game. Educational ways to stop taking that LSD.
That's right. Got to get that D. By the way, that means 0-0 today is what that means.
Yeah.
Real quick to the chat room. If you go to frogpants.com right now and go to the store, you will see a free, brand new free collection of Kirby art I've done. It's just called the Kirby Avatar Collection. It's just digital, nothing crazy, but it's free right now. And I'm running this for a week. So if you want to get this for free, let me show you where to go here. I'll click on the store, and right there. See this right here? Amongst all the other items. This right here, you click on that, you get the Kirby Avatar Collection, and it's got a bunch of artwork I did of Kirby over the years, and I think that you'll like them, and they're free. Did I mention they're free?
I love it.
Hell, you could do 10 plus of these, and all
Yeah.
10 zip files would be free.
You could even gift it to Twitch chat.
Yeah, you can gift anything on the store to Twitch chat. That's pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to even go do a premium thing to give away on the chat, you could do it. It's super easy how it works. But anyway, if you want the Kirby Avatar Collection, head on over to frogpants.com, click on the store. And
The shows or the
shows
store.
or the store, whatever you want. And it's the first one you'll see. It's right there next to the new
Can't miss it.
other things. Yeah.
Well, you missed it.
Also, while you're there, let's see. I want them to check out. Where is it?
Stickers.
Oh, these are back in stock. They went out of stock for a while. The Play Retro High Score book, which is
I need that.
Yeah, these are really, really nice and worth grabbing at what? They're only $11 or something.
Yeah,
oh, $19.99. Sorry.
Can I include passwords in there too, or is that
You can put anything in there you want.
Oh, okay.
You can
So
put.
maybe get some of those little sweet tabs.
You can
and
put nudity.
Tab it out.
You could put
I do need a place to put my Polaroids.
to put your nudity Polaroids. It's really nicely made though. It's about how
Yeah.
big it is. You see the human hand there. So you get an idea.
You see the human hand.
You see the human hand?
That felt unconvincing. Is that an alien hand, Scott? You just don't want to tell me?
If you're a core fan,
The
look at this new
human
mat we made.
Mat.
It's hard to see it, but it's a desk mat, so you can put your computer on
it.
there. Huge, big logo deal. If you get up close to it, you can see look at all the retro stuff in the back.
Sweet.
With our big Space Invader on front. Anyway, lots of cool stuff happening over there. Anyway, let's move on to welcoming something to retro. Speaking of the PlayStation 2, it's this. That's right. We're welcoming Black to the PS2 20 years ago. February 28th, 2006 was the date. It's a little more than 20 now. You can engage in cinematic firefights throughout destructive environments in Black. It's a first-person shooter. This was Criterion at the time. They went on to do some really big stuff. And
Destructible environments, man, that was the hotness right about then.
it was pretty cool. Yeah, this and Red Faction were both trying some new stuff. And this one in particular kind of was the first good controlling dual sticky game. Like everyone wants to point at Halo and say that was it. But I felt like this one came closer to what we ended up with now, like with Call of Duty and stuff.
Right.
It may not hold up as much. If I go play it now, I may go, ooh, Black has troubles with it.
Well,
Maybe.
guess what? It's within our domain now, so it could be in an upcoming episode of the Play Retro
We
Show.
ought to talk about Black. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It's not racist or anything, right? Talk about Black.
I don't know. I mean, I don't guess so.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Hey, what else is going on? Let's get to some listener feedback right here. Frogpants.com/playretro is now the place you can go to send your messages. That's right. I've embedded all the methods on the website. So let me pull this up here so you can see it. You go to the site and you see all the shows all lined up in their nice little pretty boxes here. You click on Play Retro and boom, it gives you all your information. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the embed in. I will have that done before the show's up.
I've made it super easy. Just look at this. Oh, I forgot to do it.
I thought I committed it to the thing, but I did do it for TMS so you can kind of see what it looks like. Basically, you can do your audio message. You can do your text message. It's all still powered by VoiceCast. It's just embedded now. So all you got to do is go to the regular website and bam, you can send it. That's not quite up yet for those watching live, but it will be shortly. So stay tuned. Anyway, dear Mr. Joust and Brian.
Hey, that's you.
Yeah. And I think the Brian part is you.
Oh, that's me.
This is Dwayne in Caldwell, Idaho. Been up there a few times. He says this. Dear Mr. Joust and Brian, good news. The Game Boy NSO app was just updated with Balloon Kid. That's right. Balloon Kid.
Nintendo Switch Online. Yes, Balloon Kid.
He says this is the sequel to Balloon Fight. There are 8 levels in story mode. You can release your balloons to do some platforming on the ground. You can also reinflate any balloons popped or released. Enjoy, Dwayne. Here's the thing I'm going to say to Dwayne. Was this, well, he's not here to answer, but was this a Japanese-only release? Because I never saw it, ever.
I don't remember Balloon Kid, but Balloon Fight we've talked about.
I love Balloon Fight.
Yeah, but that scares me. Ooh, thinking about having to do some platforming on balloons. Oh, that gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
It's like
I can't wait.
Game Boy, what else? Was that only, that might be why, because I was like, I'm not buying this on Game Boy. Let's see.
I'm not doing that. What I look like.
Yeah, I can't find another. Oh, here we go. Balloon Kid, platform game. Let's see. Original release, a licensed family computer port called Hello Kitty World. Hold on.
Oh, even better.
Oh, there's
Hello Kitty.
Okay. A Game Boy Color edition with a few new features, like titled Balloon Fight GB, was released in Japan only. Okay.
Good boy.
Well, anyway, it looks like this was here in the States.
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
Hold on.
I think so.
North America. Okay, North America 1990. I'll have to dig it up. I'm a gigantic balloon.
You like Balloon
Fight?
Fight? We've
Oh,
talked
I
about
love
that
Balloon
tons
Fight.
of times.
I mean,
Yeah.
Balloon Fight's basically Joust, so that's why.
Yeah.
But it's a really fun take on Joust, and there's an endless mode in that game that is like the best endless runner you could play. It's so good, and you don't have to pay for microtransactions to play it.
It's so good.
So check it out, everybody, and do Dwayne a favor and check it out. When we get to our Balloon Fight discussion, we'll talk about all these things. Don't you worry.
Yeah, do Dwayne a solid.
Yeah, give Dwayne a solid. Thomas from Missouri wrote in.
Ooh, Missouri.
Yeah, we hear a lot from him. He says, hey, Scott and Brian, loving all the retro cartoon stuff you've been doing lately.
Yeah.
By the way, we call that Watch Retro, and we do it on Tuesday nights. If you haven't been watching that, you may want to. And if you're a patron, you're already getting it. So there you go.
Watched Tackleberry last night do some Police Academy, the series cartoon. Whew.
That cartoon.
And what about the devil? Do you remember the devil and that other one?
I like that one.
Oh, Willy Whopper.
Actually, I liked everything we saw yesterday except the Police Academy one is bad.
That was pretty
it's
rough.
Bad.
That was
I'm
pretty
glad
rough.
we did it, but it's bad.
So Skeleton Warriors gets a pass?
Better than
Like
that. Yeah. At first, I thought,
very good.
oh, the bummer today is going to be Skeleton Warriors. And then we saw the third one, and I went,
Well, that's why I
oh.
thought it was like we'll start out with the probably bummer, Skeleton Warriors. Turns out being the best, and then we'll close it out with our finisher, the Police Academy, the series. It's got to be good. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
The answer is negative.
Tackleberry.
Tackle your berries.
Negative. That's what he says. He says negative. You called
He
back.
said
Look at you.
negative
Look at you.
constantly.
Constantly. Negative.
That's a weird cartoon. Anyway, he says this. When I saw this YouTube video quiz about 80s cartoon theme songs, I immediately thought of you guys. I took the quiz myself and got a little more than half right, so not so bad. The vid covers 40 songs, and there are lots of shows I remember that aren't on the quiz, but it does cover a good variety of shows. Love the show, guys. So he tried to link this, but it garbled in the message. So this is twofold here. One, thank you for letting me know about it. Two, resend me that link, Thomas, so I can check it out. Yeah. I probably could find it if I searched hard enough,
Yeah, I'm sure if we just looked up 40 songs, vid covers.
Rich retro 80s hoo-ha.
Yeah, hoo-ha.
Here's another one from, let's see, this is from Poppin' Fresh, and he did this, he actually attached this to a message for a modern game that he gifted to me, and then he said this. He said, quick question for a possible Play Retro game or conversation on the show. Was always curious if you two have heard of this. Have you or Brian ever heard of PlayStation 1 game called Skull Monkeys?
Yes.
It's a claymation and stop motion game. It's definitely one of a kind of game. Just a thought. Have a great show. Poppin' Fresh. Well, yes, I had heard of it.
That was the sequel, right? To
not Neverhood, is it?
Yeah, Neverhood. Is that right?
Skull Monkeys is the sequel to Neverhood?
I think that's right. Yeah, isn't that right?
Okay.
Am I remembering that correctly?
I don't know. I mix them up and think that they're separate, but maybe I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
I'll pull this up.
Maybe I just always thought it was, and maybe it's just a follow up. But I thought it was a sequel.
Whoa. Turn the word. Okay. So it looks like a side.
It's like the same character, right? Nope. Is that it? Yeah.
Is it?
Yes. That's
Maybe
what's
it
his
is.
face. That's all. What's his face?
You know what?
Duck
He's
Head.
side scrolling, so that may be the difference. The other one was a point and click adventure, right?
Right.
Neverhood is.
Neverhood.
Yeah, it looks like they tried to make a side scroller is what they did.
Okay.
I don't remember this at all. I remember the name. Look at this. Yeah, it's like their answer to Donkey Kong Country or something with the pre-rendered claymation dude. Okay, yeah, news to me. Did we do Neverhood yet? Because when we do, we'll throw this in there.
It says it is the sequel to Neverhood, according to the Wikipedia.
Oh, I'm sure it is, like canonically, but
Right.
it's a very different game.
But differently, yeah. It's a platformer,
yeah,
right?
you're playing like. In fact, this whole sequence is like Donkey Kong Jr. right here.
Yeah.
Weird. All right,
But it's got our guy, right? It's got our
man.
protagonist.
He's a duck or something, isn't he?
Yeah, I've always thought he was a duck.
Is he a clay duck?
Question. Now you're making me question if he's a duck. But yeah, he's definitely a duck. He's a duck, right?
I don't know what
Quacks
to
like a
make of
duck.
him. You know what I like? There's no UI in this game. It's just video.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. Find your way, like Echo the Dolphin.
What am I? I'm gonna say, what are you? Echo the Dolphin?
Yeah, no kidding. Where's your octopus now?
But yeah, we got to cover Skull Monkey. I'm looking forward to that. That's a good one. That's a good and popping fresh.
Thanks, man. We appreciate it. If you guys want to send your messages again, frogpants.com/playretro is the place to go. And we offer all forms: email, text, voicemails, whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Send them in.
It's however you want. Choose to do it. Can swim in little.
We got one more comment, an anonymous listener. You want to hear this?
Yes, please.
Hey, I just finished listening to your latest episode on Full Motion Video February, and I was curious if games like Wing Commander 3 and Commander 2 are considered full motion video games.
Yes. Close enough.
Sort of.
It's got a lot of it in there.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and give it to you because there's a lot more gameplay that is not video related in those games.
Right.
But when they do tell story, they cut to Mark Hamill and start having Mark Hamill story. Exactly. So I think he's onto something. I think they are.
Yeah.
Those are part of it. So go play some FMV, everybody.
And who says we won't do it next February?
Yeah, who says?
Maybe.
Who says we won't? Not you, not me.
No.
Will you
not-
be there?
Not we.
Look at that close up of my finger.
That's really close up.
I know.
Is that a booger?
I don't like it.
No.
It gives you kind of like I'm in a different room vibes.
It does, doesn't it?
It's really weird. Anyway, that's it for that. Thanks for sending all that stuff in. Our next discussion / game is going to be the now 22-year-old Paper
22.
Mario, the 1,000-Year Door. Yeah, that's right.
The Mario. That's me.
I mean, maybe
Made
we
of paper.
start with the N64 game, and this is all included. I don't know, but Paper Mario's on tap, guys. All right.
Yeah. I think we're gonna. Yeah, and there's so much of it too, so it's gonna
There's
be.
a ton.
I'm gonna love it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna love it.
I'm a huge fan of 1,000-Year Door. That's one of my favorite games ever. And I also have one of my favorite recent games is basically a love letter to Paper Mario. It's as close as you're going to get to a proper Paper Mario game
Is
from
it
the
called
classics.
Cardboard Luigi?
No,
What is it?
it's called. I didn't write it in here, did I? It's called Escaping Ever After, I believe.
Escaping Ever After.
It's got nothing to do with Nintendo, obviously, but everybody looks like paper, and the turn-based fighting's a lot like Paper Mario. It's pretty great. I'll talk more about it next week, so watch for that.
I think you should.
We got other stuff lined up like Turok, Solar
Yeah.
Jetman, Outlaws. Remember Outlaws? Oh man,
Outlaws.
FPS,
That's
I think,
good.
wasn't it? Wasn't that a
What's on
first-person
there?
shooter? I think it was.
Yeah, it was definitely that, but I was trying. Oh, I thought you said it was on the PS. I was like, you're trying to.
No, FPS,
There?
like fart
I got you.
PlayStation.
Yes.
That's
It
what I
was
meant.
definitely the F to the P to the S.
F to the frames per second is where that was.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for that. And also a quick note about our Patreon, patreon.com/playretro. We got brand new patrons whose names I love. I just like to say these names. Po Choo Choo.
Po Choo Choo.
I assume that's real. The guy would have to
Or is
tell me
it-
otherwise. But
Is it Shoo Shoo?
Oh, it could be Shoo Shoo.
Choo Choo.
it's Choo, like CHU. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Now
Yeah.
you say it. And Theo
we'll see.
Simpson. Theo Simpson also
Oh,
joined
no
us.
relation.
No. As far
To
as
Bart.
Oh, I think he meant OJ,
Right.
but that's fine.
Yeah, that's that too.
Either one. They don't know each other. All right. We're not making any claims about who knows who here. But I will say that that's great to have you both here. You'll get no commercials ever. You'll get pre-show content every week, and you'll also get other monthly benefits only available to you if you sign up today at patreon.com/playretro. That's going to do it for us. Hey, Brian, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go rent me a video game. Be right back.
Yeah, where are
I
you
gotta
going?
get in my time machine.
Yeah. Talk to the dolphins on your way. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Go play something retro. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening. The Frog Pants Network lives at frogpants.com.